Blimmin' neck. How many bullets you got?
32.
32 bullets? Bloody hell, we're going to have to put one a bit closer to him, I think, and wake him up. I'd say put one into those trees just above him. Make sure you don't shoot him, no. Well, we just put a shot 2 feet to the right of him and he's still bloody just sitting there. Right, you on him? I'm rolling. If you want to shoot him, just go.
Right, he stopped.
Fuck, I hope he stops. He's on a mission now, shit. Come on, stop, you bastard. Yeah, oh, he's going to stop soon. There you go. Oh, no. Oh! Oh!
Fucking shit, he comes around, yeah.
Oh, ready, go. Stop. Oh, hit, good hit. Maybe a little bit higher next shot, eh? A bit higher. He's running up. Oh, he's stumbling. He's gone behind a beech tree. See that tree shaking? He's hit that, mate. He's going to come out. See that big manuka bush? He's going to come out top left. There he is. He's moving across. Oh, he's got the downhill run. Oh, there he goes. Down, mate. You must have smoked him right through the heart on that first shot. Good shot, mate. Yep, he's dead. Nice. Yep, that must have gone right in the heart.
He's lying down there.
Yep, he's poleaxed. Alright, nailed him, Cam. Looks like he shot him through the heart right in that first shot. That was a really good shot. He ran uphill, ran across the hill, and then boom, rolled down the hill, and he hasn't moved since. He's all piled up on the scree slope over there. We've got a pretty good bearing with Spider Manuka bush above, and he's just below that, so we've got a good bead on where he is. When we get over there, we'll be able to find him pretty easily. Alright, we've been having a bit of a talk, a bit of a discussion, and we're almost at the top of the hill, and he's way across there. There's no water in that catchment. We kind of want to go check him out now. I know Cam's itching to get over there, but I've managed to persuade him to keep going to the top of the hill and go over the top. We know where he is. He's dead. He's not going anywhere. We're not up here to get meat, folks. We're up here to get some antlers. That's the #1 aim for this trip, and we're also miles away from the main basin. So I know it's a waste of meat. It's just going to sit there and rot, and we're not going to be able to eat any of it. We were quite looking forward to getting the heart and the back steak for dinner tonight, but we're just going to leave him there, and we're going to keep pushing up over the hill to get into that southerly face to get some water. Because if we get him now, that's our hunt pretty much over. The only way we've got to go this evening is back all the way down, back to camp to get water, and then we've put all this effort in this morning for nothing. So we know where he is. We've taken a good photo. We're going to leave him there, push up on over the hill, and see if we can get another stag. You happy with that, horse?
Yeah, right. Yep. We'll just chip our way up top. Go and have a look.
Even though we don't have that much gear, just the fact that we have to carry water, 4 litres of water each, makes our packs quite a bit heavier. Once we've got some antlers on the back, it's going to be a damn sight heavier again. That's why we're doing it. It's stinking hot up here. We're probably another half a k off cresting the hill, and hopefully we'll find some shade. Poor old Cam shot a stag. He wants to go get a stag and go home, but I'm kind of pushing him to come over the top into the next basin to keep me company. I should probably carry the gun from now, actually. I'll wait till he gets to the top and I'll grab the gun off him, take that for him. It's the least I could do. We're going to wait here for a couple of hours, just dry out our stuff, sleeping bags. My sleeping bag's a little bit damp. My bloody camelback leaked in my pack. Hang out, have a bit of a lie down, have a feed, then in a couple of hours we'll poke our noses over the edge and make up a plan of attack. It's an awesome basin over there, seen 3 wallows and lots of green grass in the bottom, so it's a really nice looking basin. Cam was starting to get quite numb balls of his feet and numb under his toes. And the reason for that was his socks were wet, so he's taken the socks and shoes off now. He's going to dry them out. I'm going to do the same to mine. Get my boots nice and dry, get my feet nice and dry. It's a good idea to carry a couple of pairs of socks actually, and I'll quite often halfway through the day, if my feet do get a bit sore or a bit sweaty, I'll just swap my socks out and then tie my wet socks to the top of my pack so they dry out. Ah, this is the life. Just nailed a massive stag and almost out of water in the middle of nowhere, sitting on top of a couple of wallows. Cam's pretty apprehensive because he's a bit unfit at the moment, and he's got real sore legs. How are your legs actually? They okay?
Yeah, I'm feeling them.
You can still, they're not failing on or anything, no?
No, not quite.
Yeah, my legs are sore too actually, but we'll be right. We've got another couple of days up here before we have to be out. We don't have much food actually. We've only got enough food for kind of another day and a half, so we've got to shoot a meat animal tonight. We should have bloody really got meat off that stag, but I don't think we would have made it up here if we'd gone and got the stag. Whew, that's hunting. That's trophy hunting anyway. Endorsed by Cam, so you know it's good.
They do alright. Help out with cramp.
They are pretty good, aren't they? I'll give them some Himalayan pink rock salt too, that'll sort them out. A couple of enolates, some Himalayan pink rock salt and a magnesium pill. It'll be sweet as. Good to climb down the next hill tonight, shoot a stag. Well, everything's dry now. It's about, I don't know what time it is, 3-4 o'clock maybe. We've been up here all day, just hanging out under the Stony Creek fly, shooting shit. Now, there's some shadows coming into those valleys. We're going to move over the edge of the hill and just start glassing. Hopefully, we'll pick up some animal. Such a good base. There's just areas of green grass, there's wallows, there's all different sorts of gullies coming into the one gully, so it's looking really good, really good. What's that little nifty contraption, Cam? Why don't you show us how to tie one of those, mate?
So if you're ever out in a bit of tussock or grass or anything in the likes of tussock really, if you grab a handful of it, wrap it round twice, pull it nice and tight, keep wrapping it around, and then the key is if you fold the top of that tussock over and wrap around again twice, and then you go over and make a little bit of a loop there. But the key for this one is if you can make that come back on itself, so you've still got the end, pull that nice and tight, that will never come off that bit of tussock.
What's the advantage of tying a double loop system like that?
Because when you come in the morning, de-set up or pack up camp, pull once, pull twice,
Done.
You can be on the hill way quicker.
Cam's going to retie that, and we're just going to show you fellas how strong this anchor is. It's a really strong anchor, really good for tying tents and flies up, and you can use it on normal grass as well as tussock. And if it's just normal grass, which isn't as strong as tussock, you can tie it on one and then do the same behind it and then another one behind it, so you can have 3 bits of grass in a row as an anchor, and it's absolutely bomb proof. It really is. You can tie quite big tarpaulins down using this technique. Hard as you can, pull hard. Just one big hard pull. Can you get it? Can you pull it out?
No.
Can't, eh?
No. That's how it hold.
Cam's a pretty solid fella, and he was pulling that as hard as he could, and he couldn't pull it out, so real good anchor. Alright, we've just seen our first deer. We've been glassing for about 15 minutes, and it's a very, very small 2 or 4 point stag. Just down the bottom of the valley. There's one deer. We know there's at least one deer in this valley. There's got to be more. Right, we just had a stag roar. We answered, and he's given us another moan back. He's directly opposite us somewhere. We can't see him yet. He's over in there somewhere. I think he's reasonably close, so we're going to go down to the next point and just wait and see if he roars again. Sun's just about to drop over the horizon. He may even be directly below us down here, we don't know. We kind of know where he is. He's over there somewhere, so We're going to go down the saddle here and drop off there and then camp there, and hopefully there'll be water fairly handy so we don't have to sentinel this area up, and hopefully he doesn't come over there at night and have a look-see and bust stuff. There's nothing much else we can do. We can't stay up here because we need water. We're not going to give him any more roars. He's not getting worked up. He's given us a few more moans, but that's it. So I'm going to cruise down there, maybe shoot a deer that we saw, a young stag over the edge there with a crap head, shoot him and get some meat tonight because we're almost about to run out of food. If we can have some nice deer heart and deer steaks, that'd be delicious. Alright, this is the hot tip for today, guys. If you want to make your backcountry meals or your freeze-dried meals, your absolute wilderness meals, go a little bit further, you can put some couscous in, or couscous, or however you want to say it. It's really lightweight, and you just mix it in there and it absorbs right in with the liquid. Really good way to bulk up your freeze-dried meals. Well, good morning. That's my breakfast. It's dried fruit. That's a prune, but generally I have whole oats, coconut, raisins, chia seeds and pink Himalayan rock salt in there, and a bit of milk powder and water, and then I'll soak it all the night before, so when I get up in the morning to eat, I just eat it and go. It's a really good breakfast. The chia seeds swell up in your guts and keep you going all bloody day. In fact, I carry chia seeds on the hill as well in my dried fruit. Bunch of dried fruit and a whole bunch of chia seeds in there, and all the chia seeds stick to the dried fruit. It's marvellous selection. You know, it's the sky hasn't even started to get light. I have no idea what time it is. I just thought, bugger it, we'll get up, we'll pack up camp and we'll go up the hill in the dark and wait for the stag to start roaring. And hopefully he hasn't cut our scent last night, and if he has, it hasn't put him off too much, so we'll see. Good sleep?
Pretty average, bro.
I got up, took the fly down sometime through the night because it was flapping in the wind and it got quite windy. It's stopped now. It's all cloud. It's overcast, which is good. It's going to be a cooler day. We might get a few showers today, but I don't think it's going to piss down. But hopefully it's not going to be as hot as it was yesterday and the day before and the day before that. It'd be nice to get a slightly cooler day. We've come up the hill and it's still dark. We're at the top of where we want to be. He should be just two little guts over, but it's still too dark to go in on him. But the wind's perfectly in our favour. Do you even know what time it is? I don't even know what time it is. It might still be 3 o'clock in the morning. We're not actually sure. Should probably check the time just in case it is 3 o'clock in the morning. We might be waiting up here for bloody 2 or 3 hours. The sun's just poking up over the horizon. We haven't heard any roars. So we're just going to sneak him. He was just over that saddle last night, so we're going to sneak over there. And hopefully he's still there and he hasn't buggered off somewhere. I don't know, I suspect he's cut our wind, but we'll see. The wind's blowing steadily uphill at the moment. It's good. We're in a good position for a stalk. We can't see him. We're looking down into the first basin. We can't see him anywhere, so we're just going to let out a moan. See what happens. I think we've come all the way around into the next basin. We heard one roar from way down the valley just once, but that's it. Haven't heard anything from this basin. We're just going to push around the corner, have a look, and then figure out what we're going to do. Might have a good blast down in here. He might be down in here still. Who knows? Not bloody roaring anyway, is he? I've now pushed around all the way to the top basin. Nothing. No stags, no footprints. There's been a tree being thrashed over there, but that's about it. Cam's feeling pretty knackered. He actually wants to go back to his stag. I want to keep pushing on. We heard one roar down the valley, so I'll see if I can encourage him to go for a mission down the valley and stay up here one more night. We've only got food for one more night, and then that's it, we're out of food. But we can shoot an animal, eat some heart and liver for a day, we'll be fine. Down the hill. Mob of stinkies. Up the hill. We just seen 3 deer, 3 hinds legging in out the bottom of this valley. They seen us first and booted it. We've let out a couple of roars, but nothing. There's a freshly used wallow down the bottom here, but can't see any stags or hear anything anywhere, except for stinking goats. We're just looking down over the edge there to try find a hind to shoot, so we could have some lunch. And we're about to put our packs back on. And I seen one just legging it across the hill behind us. She was absolutely knackered actually. They've been running from all the way down there, so goodness knows why. I don't know why they decided to run all the way around here. But yeah, one came legging it by, then another one came by, so I grabbed the gun, snotted one of them, and then about 4 more come running below us here, so that was good. And it fell right into our lap. We just got to go down and get some meat off it now. Here we go, nice little yearling for lunch. We've made the willows. Cam's just ducked up for a dump up there, and yeah, it's almost lunchtime. We don't have much food left. We're almost out of food for the day, but we're going to push down here and hopefully run into one this afternoon or this evening, and then walk all the way back up the top of the valley to where we dumped all our sleeping bags and everything. Camp back up the top, radio Clay, then tomorrow back over the top of that hill, down the other side. Primo. There's a BU, there's just been a few pigs rooting through it. Miles in the back country, hardly see any deer up here. One roaring stag and another one having a bit of a moan about it down here. Now I'm having a bit of a bone about them not having a moan. What the heck? I think we're just going to hang out here for a few hours. I don't even know what time it is. Midday? Must be. Lunchtime anyway. Now it's bloody raining. Bloody hell. Tiny. Okay. It was actually the first time I've eaten a goat's heart, and I thought I would have a goat's heart each, but I cut it out and it's tiny, so I'm going to need a few more than one each. Easy Josh, easy. Back where we started this morning. Did a massive circuit all around to the edge of our block, right down the edge, down to the gorge and back again. Heard one roar, that was it. Saw probably 6 deer. Dismal. Home sweet home, eh bro?
Yeah, bro.
Come up with a new word, it's called stag sight. Thinking about what you could have done differently when you don't nail a stag. Stag sight. It's a real bastard. Look at that. Mate, look at that. Delicious goat. We're out of here. We've been sitting here since, I don't know, since whenever we got here, for about 3 hours anyway, under the fly. Waiting for it to stop raining. It stopped raining. We've decided, bugger it, we're going to go. We're going to make the move and see if we can get back to where Clay is, because we've pretty much exhausted all our hunting possibilities here. So we're going to go make the top of the hill and then charge down the slip, get Cam stag, and then keep going down and hopefully meet up with Clay tonight, because we're running awfully low on food. We've only got 1 more meal each, or 2 more meals each. Not even real proper meals, so yeah, 2 more meals each, and we haven't even had dinner yet. So we've decided to get out of here and hopefully make it back to Quail Flat tomorrow, so we can have some to eat.
Going well, we made it up the hill in good time.
Yeah, top of the hill. This morning we were down below that saddle and we walked up there and walked all the way around to there and walked around that corner, then walked down here all the way along that hill there, along all the way down there, down to that junction, and we walk back up the valley, all the way back up, around to the terrace over there. And this afternoon we've walked up here. We're almost at the top of the hill behind us, and we just got to go all the way down the valley, and Clay's camped right down there. So when we get down to there, that's where we're staying tonight. Fingers crossed. We're pretty excited right now because we get to go out and check out Cam's stag, see how big it is, see if it's going to crack the big 4.0. I'm going to stick with 34 inches. I might actually go 36. I'm going to add 2 inches onto my original 34 and go for 36 inches. You excited?
I'm very excited.
And this will be the first decent stag you've ever shot, eh?
Yeah, probably not the most points, but we don't know that yet. But definitely the widest, and I'd say longest as well. So let's go and check it out.
We just seen a gaggle of chuka. Is it a gaggle or a swarm or a herd? Yeah, you fellas heard of chuka? We just seen some. We're just talking about where the stag ended up. Cam reckons he's on the other side of that kanuka right there. I reckon he's on this side, the manuka. And so I bet him, we're almost out of food, we're pretty much out of food. He's got a bag of jet planes left. So I bet him 2 bears versus his jet planes that it's on this side. So if it's on this side, I get his 2 jet planes, and now if it's on the other side, he gets 2 bears, but he's got to wait till we get to Blim and Blenheim. So here we go. I might have some energy in me very, very soon. It's on the bloody other side. Yeah. Wrong again. No jet planes for me. Bugger. He's a good one. He's not our 40 incher though, is he? Can you rip it out? Oh, he's a pearler. Look at that. 10-pointer. Awesome, mate. You've got to be pretty stoked with that.
Wicked. Nice and even. Big, wide. Stoked.
It's really even, isn't it?
Yeah. No, real happy with that.
Oh, congratulations.
Thanks, mate.
You're now a true man. Trophy hunting, eh? So if you're not a trophy hunter and you're still watching this, I don't know what to say, but you just have to go out there and experience it. It's antlers. Man was meant to eat deer, and we were meant to put antlers on our walls to hang our hats on. It's just a part of who we are. I don't know why, but it is. It's just, if you haven't done it, I definitely recommend you go out, shoot a poor defenceless stag, and put its antlers on your wall. It feels good. Right, let's get it in the right position for a photo, shall we? Highlander, lift it up, bro. He just chopped his head off. There can be only one. Where's the lightning? Remember that movie? Yeah. That was an awesome movie, eh?
Yeah.
Better not show my kids that movie. He'll try to chop his brother's head off. Yeah, blimmin' heck. Oh, there we go. So all of that work, all that hard work paid off. We could have just strolled up here, shot one and gone back, because I didn't even set eyes on the one I was going to shoot. Cocked it up. Cam nailed that one though. Oh man, what the hell?
Hold enough and we get through here. Oh fuck me, now where? Well, here you go.
Made it, bro.
Back to camp 1.
Shot. Nice. Whew.
Hey!
Hey! I was just about to say no sign of Clay, then I hear a wee from up on the hill.
Hey!
He's on his way down.
Oh, bro.
Just on dark.
What's going on, brother?
Rose. How you going, man?
What's that?
Not too bad, not shabby. This here, bro. No injuries?
G'day, nah, give us a go.
Oh, awesome to hear.
Only that one.
Oh, nice. Happy days. Oh, congrats, bro. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even 10-pointer.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks, mate.
Bloody awesome. Shit, man's gonna be happy with that, eh? I was above you boys the whole time in that gully up there, eh?
Oh, were you?
Yeah, no, I was whistling out to you and I was doing goat whispering to Josh. I was going, Josh!
Oh, yeah.
You taught it to me, Josh. Cam! Josh! But I haven't got the goat whispering skills.
Mate, I just couldn't hear you.
Yeah, no, and then I was doing a wee whistle. So I just went up around that top. Man, there's a good mark up there. Is that the one, do you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was top of this valley here.
Yeah, got it. Awesome, mate. Well done.
Did you shoot anything?
Yeah, mate, I got a stag. Not tonight, nothing, no. I saw a hind and a you probably saw that hind and the yelling up there.
No.
Yeah.
What have you got there, Clay?
Well, this is a peanut chocolate on a gluten-free burnt, what would you call it, a bagel? It's a bit rough, mate.
You've murdered those bagels, haven't you? I don't know if you can't quite see it in the video, but both of them have just got this round burnt circle in the middle. Oh, there we go, yeah. Oh, they're not too bad. It'll be tasty on the inside.
They're pretty fucking rough, bro. Pretty rough. Hey, I've got another bagel if you want one.
Gluten-free?
Yeah, gluten-free.
Are they tasty?
They're horrible. They taste like eating an XLO cloth.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Yeah.
They are terrible, eh?
Yeah, that's disgusting. It's the only thing I've been able to eat with this crook gut, so this trip, eh? Everything else wants to come back up. These go, no, I'm not food, you can stay down there, you know.
Chocolate bagel sandwiches, they actually look pretty
Yeah,
good.
it's pretty disgusting. Well, that one's like a cancer sandwich, because look at the amount of like carcinogenic charcoal there's in there. Put that on top of there though, it helps to melt the one on the bottom. It's like a sort of like a Big Mac. Not really, but yeah. A bit scared to eat it now.
Rolling.
Oh shit, it's got sand in it. Bloody sand in my harmonica. Hate that. It's as bad as having a peanut in your dry hole.
It's close, mate.
You know, Josh.
I would know about that. Peanut in my dry hole. I quite like this MSR cooker. I actually like it better than the jet boil because the jet boil, when you slot it in, it jams in. You can't get the damn thing out again. You have to wiggle it and manipulate it to get it back out of the cooker, but this just sits in really nicely and you can lift it straight out. Also, it seems to be a lot more windproof than the jet boil. I don't know what the weight is and I don't know what the cooking time is. We should have I've got my jet boil back at Quail Flat. Cam just asked, I reckon we'll sidle around or go up. He's got a real heavy pack to carry today. He's got a head and a gun. He's been harping on about me carrying his gun, but I carried his gun to the top of that hill and back down for him. Oops, let's turn that bloody MSR off. And Clay's been giving me arseholes too, saying I should carry his gun, but I think he's got to carry his gun and learn not to take so much shit with him. Holy crap, you should see the amount of crap he packed. Fair call, he was only following the advice of someone else, but it's a lot of shit. I also have quite a fair bit of stuff, but not half as much as Cam. I've also got a thumping headache. Look at the state of the ear gate. That's what my head looks like when I've got a sciatic nerve headache. I've been working hard for my money the last couple of days. I think we ought to go up the hill. Clay's 50-50. Clay thinks maybe sidle, maybe go up. I know it's clear if we go up, if we sidle, we could run into the thick manuka, and the thick manuka is a real bastard to try to get through. Anyway, almost out of food. I've got a little bit of porridge, a little bit of couscous, tiny little bit of milk powder, 1 tea bag, 1 coffee bag, so life's pretty good. So Cam will get a cup of tea for the push around the hill if he wants it. No honey, I've run out of honey. A bit buggered about that. I really like my honey in the morning. I've got a bit of dried fruit too, so I'm going to put a bit of dried fruit in my coffee. It's a lovely day. It's slightly overcast, so it's not going to be as hot in the hill. This cloud will probably burn off actually about midday, so I think we're going to get a reasonably early start, and yeah, away we go. How do you rate this tent?
Bloody warm.
What sort of tent is it?
MSR Hubba Hubba.
We've only got a couple of K to walk out today, so it's not really that much of a big slog, but and it's not too hot either, which is good. The only thing is the little bit at the end of the rose hips and the Matagari that we can't get through. There's no clear path. Hopefully we'll get on a real good cattle trail, because they do run cattle up here sometimes of the year. Hopefully we'll get onto a good cattle trail and we'll be able to get down to the riverbed without having to go through the cluster of stuff that we had to come up.
Oh, that was terrible. I don't know how I'm going to do it with the head as well. But anyway, we'll get there.
We will get there.
Cam,
what's that? I'm just talking to my folks out there. Cam's still harping on about me carrying his gun. Please put in the comment section down below, do you think I should have carried Cam's gun, or do you think I should be carrying Cam's gun, or should he be carrying his gun? Fair call. I did shoot an animal with it yesterday, shot a couple of goats and a hind, but I also did carry it from here up over the hill, all around the other side, all around there, and then all the way back down here for him as well. And I let him shoot the big 10-point stag. So yeah, please comment below. Should he be carrying his rifle, or should I be carrying it?
Did you treat that?
No. Yes. Yep.
You did? Okay.
Yes, I did. Yep.
Sweet.
Yep, I did. Oh no, I didn't. I honestly can't remember if I treated it or not. I was treating it in my bottle and pouring in, but
this is 37 grams, this knife. Look at this. Check it out.
what sort of knife is that? What's it called?
I don't know. A guy in the shop just suggested I get it. Don't know what the name. It's made in France, that's all I can tell you.
Oh look, it's got sailor stuff on it. Yeah, it's like a pirate's knife, mate. Arr. That suits you. There you go. That's a bit of a gay pirate's knife though, eh? More of a Johnny Depp pirate's knife.
Yeah, I agree. It's a bit of a...
Get him, boys!
Yeah,
How embarrassing. Imagine sailing and having your yacht taken by a gang of gay pirates. You'd never live that... Oh, sorry,
Josh,
a gang of happy pirates.
Josh, stand still, Josh.
No, what's the word? A gang of common law pirates.
A gaggle of gay
pirates. Sex, a gaggle of gay pirates. Oh, that'd be so embarrassing. You wouldn't even hit the EPIB. You just have to swim to an island and...
But what if it was a whole ship and they were pirates, but they're all lesbians? Could you handle that? Honestly.
Family show.
How are we looking? Look, maggots in here.
Yeah, mutton cloth's kind of crap, isn't it?
Yeah, bugger.
It's good for keeping meat cool and hanging it.
Yeah,
no good for getting flies off.
Yeah, no, I've got to... We'll get some meat out of that to eat still, but you know, it's a bit of a shame. It's got to have a bit of fat. Just going to put that there, bro. There's a bit of steak with some maggots on top. You can.
Look at us nerds, all videoing everything. Oh, here we are having breakfast. This is my mates, they're having breakfast too.
3 YouTube.
So you guys are going to be able to watch this from 3 different perspectives. Except you're going to be able to watch their one for free.
It's just so good.
That's not going to work. Oh, we come up with a better plan. It was Clay's idea actually to come and sidle around and stay low instead of going up. We know we can get out that way, we know it's clear and there's a clear path through the Manuka, but on the map it looks like we don't have to struggle too much going this way. And there's a lot of game trails heading around here, so we should be sweet. So far so good.
That's right. Light I can go. There we go.
Oh, they're coming closer. Geez, that's a good technique. Down the hill, about bloody time. Maybe. We don't know if we're going to run into bluffs at the bottom, but we're on a fairly decent game trail here. Been a bit of a hot day. Saw a wicked pig on the hill, big old blue boar up on the hill there, cruising across the scree slope. Way on the other side of the valley. Seen a few goats. And now we're on a downhill stretch. We've got to hit the river flats and a couple of carrot the river flats, raft across the river, smash a couple of watermelons. Looking forward to that. And then plane's going to come and pick us up tomorrow. If we can get down this bluff here to the river. It might be another shit fight, but we're hoping if we follow this game trail it'll take us all the way down to the river and we'll be able to get down to the flats and boost up along the flats. Cheer!
Cheer, mate.
Down the hill, Clay's still up there negotiating a sketchy bit. He took the long cut, we took the short cut, but we're at the river flats. And base camp's just over there. To the river. Clay's cursing and swearing up the hill there because his pack's broken again. It's broken in 4 or 5 spots on the strip. Cam's has come by in a couple of spots. He only just bought it to come on the strip too. It's brand new and it can't handle the jandle. Be shit if it broke right now, wouldn't it? It's just delicious.
Gentlemen, start your engines so you can't put them.
We've got the same amount of water, 500 mils in each container. Clay's, is yours a litre, is it? Will yours fit a litre?
Yeah.
So the fire maple can fit a litre, the MSR 750 or a litre? MSR's a litre and that jet ball is only 500 mils. The jet ball is the smallest of the three. I reckon fire maple's going to go first because it's got more surface area on it. We shall see. That was close. How's yours?
Well, mine's not even going, man.
Oh wow. So it was, look at that, eh? It was MSR first, very closely followed by jet ball. Within maybe 2 or 3 seconds, jet ball was close behind MSR, and fire maple,
It's a loser.
still steaming away. So
I've been beaten again.
there you have it. We don't know what is most efficient. We don't have 3 gas canisters that are equally full, so we can't do a cook-off to see which one will run out of gas first before it runs out of gas. I don't know what I'm saying here.
More area will be faster, but
Yeah.
Boiling.
So it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, yours is, Clay's is boiling now. Was it half a minute afterwards?
Oh, easily. Yeah.
So there we go, the InReach from Geelong. What a handy wee piece of equipment. We just got in touch with Simon, who relayed a message to the pilot, and he's going to come in and pick us up in 45 minutes. So we've got crap spread out everywhere. We've got to pack everything up and walk up to the airstrip. Was about 10 minutes, 15 minutes walk up there. So we better snap into it, which is great. So we won't have to stay in here the night, get eaten by sandflies and talk shit. We're actually just doing a few knots. Clay was showing us a few knots and I was showing him a few knots. Oh, we're going to jump in the airplane and fly home. It's a little bit windy at the moment, but we'll make an air sock for Frank up on the airfield so he knows which way it's coming from. And he's a very experienced pilot, which I found out flying in. I thought we were all going to die coming into the landing strip, and he saved our asses by putting the power on and bipping it up in the air and a nice smooth gentle landing and a crosswind. So yeah, I've 100% faith in old Frank. I'm not sure if I'll be able to make it back without losing my lunch. We'll see. I've had a headache all day, so there's a good chance I might be sick in Frank's airplane, but well, time will tell. Watch this space. I'm going to cut right there and turn the camera on again when the plane comes in, because we've got to pack up. Look at this, there's just crap spread out everywhere.
Watermelons too, Josh.
Crap for Africa. Oh yeah, I've just eaten a whole heap of watermelon. I'm going to eat some more too, because these boys haven't finished it off, so I'm going to finish it off. I just went for a dump over there actually. I had a crap, so should be good. I'm not going to shit myself in this airplane, but I may throw up. So not all brands out there are 100% bomb proof, so it really pays to use stuff that has been tried and tested by the experts on the hill. So how do you rate that, mate? Speaking of good products, that one's pretty good, isn't it?
Out of all the products, this is my favourite product, eh? It stands up again and again and again. It's a year old. This is the only thing that's gone wrong with it. It's got a wee bit fluffy around here, eh? But this weekend, that's the only thing that's gone wrong with it.
Oh, on the top of the zipper?
Yep, it's the first thing to go. But you know, it's actually coming up to a year and a half now, and it's been thrashed. Look at it. It's good for this trip. That's the only good product I can talk about, really. Everything else I've had pretty much doesn't, for peak hunting, doesn't pass the test, eh? Because peak hunting, you're going hard out all the time, like you're going through scrub.
It's hard on gear, isn't it?
It is, eh? This gear stands up, so game gear gets a big thumbs up for me. Yep.
Rose hip Matagari is really hard on gear.
And human skin.
Yeah, it's hard.
No, look at your legs, man.
Oh yeah, I've got a few scratches on there, eh? Yep. Cheers, Frank. I'll be off. I won't see you again.
Yep, got good.
I will see you again maybe one day, but I won't see you in the next half hour. All right, thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Very good. Right, yeah.
What a bloody marvellous trip. Great group of lads. It's a pleasure meeting old Frank. It's a bit of a legend. Climbed Mount Everest. Climbed Mount Everest before and summited most of the mountains in New Zealand. Old Tapanui. Used to be able to climb Tapanui and down in a day, which is unbelievable feat. Is that true, Will, or is that just blimmin' the old Frank climb up Tapanui in one day and climb back down again?
Yep.
Yep, there you go. Straight from the horse's mouth. It's true. Couple of times. Bloody hell, in one day. Holy shit. So off he goes. He's still charging, 74 years old. And yeah, so pleasure meeting you, Clay, and good to do another mission with Cam. No doubt we'll do a few more missions. I've got to drive home now. I'm going to drive probably to Murchison. I don't know if I'll make it to Ross tonight, but I'll drive back down to the west coast, see how we go. Another glorious evening in paradise. All right, catch you down the road. Old bloody D-Max isn't starting. If it's got tits or wheels, it'll give you problems. Tits, wheels or tracks, they will.
That's the one.
Hey, there we go. She's alive now. Thought I was going to have to push it then. Well, what a fantastic week up in the hills that was. And to top it all off, I'm going to show you the basics for a really good stew. Okay, ingredients are bay leaves, rosemary, thyme, sage, garlic, onions, salt and pepper, and stock of some sort. This is beef stock. You can use chicken stock or vegetable stock, and also a stout beer and a sweetener of some sort. You can use sugar or honey. I prefer to use sweet chili sauce. This is the Harrington's Brewery's Clydesdale Stout right there, a smooth but strong stout using a hand-picked mix of traditional European roasted malts. Clydesdale is fermented with our own unique top fermenting ale yeast, producing a velvety mouth-filling feel and a smooth creamy head. I'm sure it's going to go mean as in a meat pie. So I'm going to make the base for a good stew. You can throw heaps of other stuff in there, carrots, vegetables, whatever, to make it taste better. A bit of soy sauce if you like, or some balsamic vinegar, but this is pretty much the base for a good stew. Now, although you've got all the right ingredients, to get that stew tasting really good requires browning of the meat. This is very important, a very important process. Brown the meat without burning it and without burning the pan. If the pan starts to get little burnt bits in the bottom, you probably want to deglaze that pan, and that is what this is for. Deglaze the pan if it starts to get those burnt crusty bits, and then clean the pan, reheat it again, and then start again. If you make small pies or small stews, it's fairly easy. You can just do it in one hit. But if you're making a really big stew, sometimes you have to deglaze the pan and then clean it and bring it up to heat again and cook the meat 4-5 rounds to cook a real big stew. But if you're just doing a meal for your family, say a family of 5, you should be able to get away with it in one hit. Now, for browning your stew, I prefer a cast iron pot. Cast iron holds the heat very well, and it also imparts iron into the food, so it's a really healthy way to cook. Okay, chop your meat up. What do we got today? Today we have some rabbit. Me and Charlie shot the rabbit last night. We went salmon fishing, and we didn't catch any salmon, so then we went deer hunting. We didn't shoot any deer, so then we ended up shooting a rabbit. So this is the spoils of last night's hunt. And to get rabbit meat tasting its best, I say put it in the fridge for a couple of days. This has just been in the fridge overnight. I better give it a wash actually. It's got bits of rabbit hair all through it. Put it in the fridge overnight or for 2 days wrapped up in Glad wrap, and it seems to make it really soft for some reason. I don't know why that is. I just happened to come across this by chance a while back. So I'm going to go give this a wash because it's got bloody rabbit hair all through it. And I've also got some venison. Now, really important too, before you cook your meat, is to bring the meat up to room temperature. So if you've had it in the freezer, defrost it slowly, defrost it in the fridge overnight, preferably take your meat out the day before you're going to eat it, defrost it in the fridge overnight, and then at lunchtime, bring it out and just let it rest on the bench for a couple of hours to come up to room temperature before you cook it. Otherwise, it's not going to be as soft as tender as it should be. And this is shoulder steak from a stag shoulder steak. It's quite an underrated or underutilized cut. The steak on the shoulder, it's the blade steak that comes down the shoulder bone or the collarbone on the back of us humans on the side of the stag. It's quite a good cut, and a lot of people just cut it up for stew meat, but it's a really good steak cut. However, we're not going to use it as steak tonight, we're going to use it as stew. So I'm going to crack into it. I'm going to just cube the meat up, cut it up the chunks, and I'm going to brown the venison first, and then I'm going to brown the rabbit, and then I will hopefully be able to deglaze the pan just once, but I may have to deglaze it a couple of times. So I'll crack into that and show you the finished product. Quite important when you're cooking venison is to have that pan smoking. It needs to be really hot. So I turned the pan on before I started preparing the meat. Now the meat's all chopped up, that pan's smoking hot and ready to go. Just going to get some peanut oil and some coconut oil. Alright, I have some peanut oil. Peanut oil seems to be the best oil to cook venison with, but being a seed oil, it is carcinogenic, so I try to mix that with a little bit of coconut oil. Wild virgin pressed coconut oil, because coconut oil doesn't release carcinogens into the air and into the food when you cook it. Just check out the smoking pan. Oh, could you go get me a wooden spoon, mate?
That is $10 just for the paddock.
Another really important thing when you're cooking venison, or any meat really, is to not crowd the pan, especially if you're browning it off. Crowding the pan is a term used when you put too much meat in the pan and it stews the meat instead of browning it. So I'm just going to throw a small handful of meat in there. If it doesn't spit at you when you put the meat in, it's not hot enough. So it needs to be smoking and it needs to spit when you actually put that meat in the pan. Mate, that is good. Clydesdale Stout from Harrington's Breweries. Actually not a great fan of beer, but that's real tasty. Creamy, almost creamy beer. A way to describe it, if I was going to describe it. Really, so I kind of jumped ahead a little bit here because I was running out of time. I had to have dinner inside. Family dinner, Charlie's birthday. So, on the last deglaze, I deglazed that 3 times. On the third deglaze, what I did was I put a little bit of honey in the pot, and then I put all the herbs in there as well. You want to be careful with the rosemary and the sage because they're quite overpowering. Don't use too much of that. A couple of bay leaves, sprig of rosemary, 1 or 2 leaves of sage I use for that much meat, and then a bunch of thyme. And I also chopped up the garlic and then the onions and cooked them separately. So a little bit of butter, a little bit of oil, and I cooked the onions so they weren't quite cooked, so it's still a bit crunchy. Smashed the garlic up, crushed it, put that in there, and then on the last deglaze, put the honey in, put a little bit of tomato paste in there as well. You can just use canned tomatoes, but I put a little bit of tomato paste. And then right at the end of the deglaze, put all the meat back in the pot and the other sauce that was in from the other deglazes back in the pot, stir it around, and then remove it from the pot and put it in a separate bowl. And this is what it should look like. So there it is. You can see it's got this really light coating of delicious sauce, and it's pretty good just like it is. The onions are not quite cooked. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cover that, put it in the fridge, and then I'm going to make meat pies out of it tomorrow because Charlie just got a pie maker for his birthday that Pop-Pop got him. We went to the second-hand store and scored a second-hand meat pie maker. Only makes 2 little pies, but sweet as, we'll just make a couple of little pies. Or you can either just freeze that, and I'll quite often do this. I'll just put that in the freezer, and I'll freeze it in a one of those, what do you call them, vacuum pack bags. Write the date on it, what it is, stew base, and then I can take it up in the mountains with me and use it as base camp at the end of the day to cook food. Really, really easy meal. Or you can whack a whole bunch of them in the freezer, do this on a kind of grand scale, and further down the track when you go to cook dinner, it's really easy. Just pull out this basic base, steam all your vegetables, throw them in, throw a can of tomato or add some water and corn flour mix or some flour mixed with water to make the sauce, because it's quite strong as it is at the moment. We will need to probably add a little bit of moisture to that to make a sauce, or we can make really basic meat pies with not much meat in them like they sell in the shops. And man, that is really good. Really good. Straight, I actually forgot to mention that I did put a teaspoon of beef stock in there as well. But you can just put salt and pepper in and it's tasty. Beef stock or chicken stock or vegetable stock, extra tasty.